Hello everyone and welcome to the final race of an action-packed 3 days of mountain bike racing here in Haute Savoie, Léger. My name's Rick McLaughlin and we're about to get underway with the under 23 men's cross-country Olympic distance race around one of the most famous tracks in the sport, Léger. The town out in force now after a big evening celebrating yesterday's downhill race. And what a day of cross-country racing we've been treated to. The weather has largely played ball, but just as I say that, clouds creeping in. It's warm out there. Storms have moved around this area all weekend long. We could be in for another one. Joe Blackmore from the UK. Ready to go. At the other end of the starting row, Gustav Heavy Peterson. Then it's Paul Schell from Lexware, the German rider, hoping for a big performance at the last European Cross Country World Cup of the season. Martin Gros-Lambert for Brunex. Next up, a pair of fast movers from KMC Ridley. The first of them, Sasha Hudima. The Ukrainian, ready to go. Alongside him, a rider he knows very well, Rens Tunison van Manen. Finn Trudler for Cube Factory Racing, European Continental Champion. Trudler having a great year. Bjorn Riley won that short track race earlier this weekend. One of the biggest young talents in cross-country racing. An absolutely stacked field. Tom Shellikins is in there. Huge field of under 23 men. Getting ready to go. Plenty of French racers filling this grid from a country that just produces faster and faster riders every year. Bjorn Riley. Trek Future Racing. No Riley Amos today, so the first chance for a racer other than the American to take a cross-country Olympic win. Red lights. Turn green in Léger. The number 2 bike of Bjorn Riley's fast off the line, but as is Sasha Hudima. And I am joined in the booth by his team manager, as fortune would have it, Bart Frenchens. Bart, huge field out here, and there's a crash. There's a pile up right at the start. Woo!
Someone of the BMC team. That's one of the first riders of that group. It was
Yeah, it was indeed Jonas Bouwman down, but
look at these two green jerseys.
Look at these two beautiful green jerseys out the front. Oh, the team manager must be so happy.
Rens van Manen, he had a great short track race last Friday. It was third place he had on Sasha Udima. The Ukraine rider also qualified for the Olympic Games for the Ukraine.
Yeah, if you're new...
Numbers 1 and 2 in the race now. Bjorn Riley is in there as well on the third or fourth place.
If you are new to the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series, Bart does indeed manage those two riders out the front. But Bjorn Riley on the left-hand side for Trek Future Racing. What a season he's having, Bart, and many people's favourite this afternoon.
I mean, yeah, a couple of Finn Trutler. He's very strong too.
Finn Trutler in the white helmet and the white and blue jersey, slotting in front of Bjorn Riley in the light blue jersey.
European champion Finn Trutler, that jersey he's wearing. But on this course, climbers course, luckily the conditions are more dry at the moment. It's good rolling, at least these sections. There are a couple of turns or corners or sections which are still slippery. The riders, they have to find out the first lap a little bit. And here we have Rens Sasha Udima, then Finn Trutler, Bjorn Riley. Wiedmann is there as well in the red jersey.
Rens van Manen just gets better every time we see him. He's just really growing in stature, growing in confidence.
Yeah, he finished fourth as a junior here on this course at the World Championships 2 years ago. He has been on altitude training in between Crans-Montana and this race here in Ligier. He decided not to go back to the Netherlands but stay here in this area on altitude with Gunnar Holmgren. He did that. It seems to be that he had a good time over there. Not that much traveling in between. He's coming from altitude and it pays off immediately. But of course, this is just the start.
This is just the start, and the news is that there is one chainsaw with fuel left in it in Ligier so far. Honestly, last night we were in one of the restaurants in town, and they all kind of got together and just the chainsaws let sing.
You know, I'm always sleeping on the team area, so I was lucky that the rain came down very loud. And
I've never heard noise like it, and I've been around a lot of loud vehicles over the years. Well, here's this crash. Is it? We're going to see the pile up shortly after the start. Huge field here. Right.
Yeah, that's why the start is always so important.
Watch the front of this group here, and you may see it from this shot as it kind of bottlenecks and riders get pinched in from the left-hand side, and that's exactly what happens. The crash right in the middle and took down a good few riders, actually.
Yeah, riders that close together, wide handlebars. Yeah, and there's not that much space for all these riders. It's easily happened, things like this. Yeah, it's around 15 place, I would say 20 place. Yeah.
And just, you're so unsighted in a big group like that. You're into a crash like that before you know it.
Yeah, this group is always huge. A lot of talented young mountain bikers all over the world. Well, Martin in the green jersey. And Dario Lilo with Sasha Udima in the lime jersey.
Here we go, Rens van Manen into the route section then. Oh, just skimmed that tree with the elbow beautifully, as does Bjorn Riley.
And Trutler here in the European champs jersey, Luca Martin.
Now Sasha Udima.
Yeah, it shows here a little bit further back, these riders, how big the group is.
One of the most unpredictable races across all the formats this weekend, bar under 23 men's cross-country Olympic.
Yeah, but I mean, this group is so talented. They are so strong. Sometimes even similar lap times than the elite men do. It's actually impressive. But the competition in this category, it's high.
And it is great to see. We see it in downhill now more than we used to, and we certainly see it in the under 23 cross-country that the big teams getting these young talents on board early, really bringing them on as professionals.
But that's in general in cycling these days. Like the World Tour teams, they all have a development team. They have a women's team as well. They are all try to get the most talented athletes as soon as possible on a young age. And then we see Bjorn Riley now overtaking Rens van Manen. That second climb of the course. Yeah,
Bjorn Riley really has been, alongside Riley Amos, the class of the field this season in the under-23 men's.
Well, it looks like he's riding away from Rens van Manen. I'm wondering if he can go with him.
Yeah, Josh Carlson informed me the other morning that apparently Bjorn Riley attempted to make make a quad out of the 2 double jumps and jump the whole thing during practice at the top of the course, and may have written the frame off in the process.
I heard about that. He had a little bit of a crash. He broke his frame.
Just goes for it, doesn't he?
He's so talented on his bike. He has the skills.
I can't imagine that crash would have gone down well in the KMC. Really.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know as well, Sam Gaze, he had that crash in World when he broke his collarbone on that jump. Or on one of these jumps it was.
It was an awkward landing that year, I think I remember as well. There was a slight turn to it and he just went straight, didn't he?
Yeah, he went a little bit too fast, too far. Dario Lilo, the Swiss champion. Here we have Bjorn Riley out of the saddle, the number 2 on his bike. Riley Amos, he's not here.
No. Soon to be headed to the Olympics, Riley Amos, undefeated this season so far in the UCI cross-country Olympic World Cups. And really one of the most talked about young riders in the world at the minute, Riley Amos. I've heard a few whispers about where he might be riding next season.
Tom Schellekes, another Dutch guy on the 11th place.
One of the signatures everybody wants.
Schellekes riding for the Visma Lease bike to the World Tour team. They're doing also mountain biking.
Yeah, Visma Lease bike in action at the Tour de France.
Gravel stage today.
Gravel stage today,
and
yeah.
Many team managers were not happy with that.
Let them
Scared
race.
about, I don't know, maybe ruining the classification with flat tires or these things. So
yeah, but look at these guys are up to, Bart. This is mountain biking. This is more fun.
I think it's part of the modern cycling. They said it's 50 years back in history riding the gravel roads, but I think it's just you have to go up with like gravel racing. It's so popular these days.
And when we see the big road teams come in and they pick so many of these young talents for the squads because of their bike handling.
Yeah, and you have Strade Bianchi, these races, or Paris-Roubaix. I mean, you can say also Paris-Roubaix back in the days. I mean, these roads we don't have anymore as normal roads, but it's history in cycling.
No, we're right about this, Bart. I'm ashamed that I'm upset nobody's asked our opinion on it, but we are right about it.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're all bunched together now. Staying together on lap 1 out of 7. Bjorn Riley leads the way from Luca Martin.
Yeah, they have to find out how the conditions are on this course for the first lap. And here are going low now. Bjorn Riley not jumping that high anymore.
Yeah, maybe just keeping the wheels on the deck for the time being, Bjorn Riley.
It is not a big jump here on that bike park section.
Really good cross-country track this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Brings good racing as well.
Here we go into anyone who's visited this part of the world to do a bit of riding. This downhill track that finishes right in the heart of the town. Bjorn Riley landing really deep in that berm. I mean, I don't know why I sound surprised at this point.
I remember that shot from Charlie Aldridge in the category. It would be nice to see Bjorn Riley doing that similar with the camera shot from below.
I saw a shot of Charlie Aldridge from practice, tabletopping that with a foot on clips, hanging a foot off, with cross-country shoes and pedals. There we are.
The VIP deck.
Up in the VIP. I hope they've saved us our normal table, Bart, for later on.
Yeah. Leave something left for us.
There'll not be anything left in there, I'll tell you that for free after this weekend. There's Bjorn Riley out the front with Luca Martin, though. So these two looking like they're making a break now from Finn Troudler.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap. 2 leaders and the chasing group.
Rens Tunison Van Manen.
Still in there.
Still in there in 4th. What's the perfect tracking conditions for Rens, Bart? What is he like?
Actually, he's doing cyclocross in winter time too, so he's able also to ride in slippery conditions. He did quite okay in also Crans Montana. He was on the 3rd place for a long time, finished 9th at the end, I think it was. But I think he prefers dry conditions, especially with his length as well. I mean, it's quite tall.
Yeah.
For the descents,
He's a big guy, isn't he?
He has, long legs. He has the power. But sometimes when it's slippery and steep like these parts on this course are, but not his favorite, but he's able to ride everything. Also, like Hans Montana, he was one of our only riders in the team who didn't crash. And we saw many crashes.
Super committed as well, isn't he? Anytime I'm ever knocking about your pit, he's always heading out to do intervals, or he's heading out to do a longer training ride, or works hard.
He works hard, and that's what these riders have to do to reach the top. Because they're still in the 23 category. Nothing wrong with the level of these riders, but I mean, still, if they come together in the lead category, they have to step up still a little bit. A bit like Sasha Houdima, another rider of our team. He's going to the Olympics, and he might surprise a couple of riders. He's able to make it to the top 15, I think. And we see small gaps already in between the riders.
Well, we saw
after the second lap.
We saw the British rider Joe Blackmore on the very front row, but something has gone badly wrong with the bike, and he's currently down near 128th, I think. So, disappointment for Blackmore. We'll bring you more on that when we get it.
Look at Martin now, leading.
Bjorn Riley. And Bjorn Riley, they'll know each other well, Bart, won't they? And he'll know how aggressive Martin is, and maybe just sitting in his wheel for a bit, a smarter form of attack than trying to sort of put time into him.
Yeah, and it's important to save some energy on this course. You have definitely some advantage if you can stay in a wheel with a rider in front of you, even if it's uphill. And not that many flat sections, just start-finish area, but that's really fast and goes up immediately.
It's a big, long climb, the Whoop never-ending climb. And I can definitely feel it. Really, really long, really undulating, really loose surface as well. So it's hard to sort of relax on. There is the leader then, Luca Martin.
Nice style here in this off-camber.
I love what I've said this before, but I love watching Luca Martin race, because he just leaves it all out there, doesn't he? It's so combative, so aggressive. He'll launch attacks from out of nowhere.
A great style on his bike, and just technically very strong.
Just generally have a good go at it, Luca Martin.
With Bjorn Riley also in a great shape this season. Last year in the 23, of course. Next year to the elite category.
Martin had a couple of third places in Cron Montana last time out in the short track and the cross country Olympic. Still waiting on that first UCI World Cup win. We need to stop mentioning it when we mention his name, but came so close in Val di Sole Trentino last season and got a double puncture on the very last lap. Carter Woods took the win, and he really was almost inconsolable at the line, Luca Martin. Just kept pushing. He didn't need to. Just kept pushing at really, really high speed at the front, and lovely little bit of bike riding there from Bjorn Riley, just swapping up the lines.
Yeah, but technically these guys are from another standard. I mean, so high. Both. Luca Martin, of course, he's very technical, but also Bjorn Riley can do everything with his bike.
Yeah, Bjorn Riley's got past him.
An interesting couple, these two, leading this race.
Riley through the jump. So this is the jump section that he tried to clear the entire thing, which I think would be a hard task on a motorbike, never mind a mountain bike, but took it on.
Yeah, and look how smooth he is here. Yeah, both are good out here for Luca Martin. No
but he was faster. He was faster through there than Riley. So he'll take a bit of stock from that, Martin.
Wow.
Here we go. Here's the overtake then. Top of the screen, top right-hand corner. Here he goes. Riley.
Outside even on this corner.
Just rode around him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
most of the time also that's not the best line. There's more gravel, it's more rough.
Yep, it's not one
more resistant.
That will not have gone down well in the Martin camp.
But Bjorn Riley likes to lead when it comes down to the more technical sections.
And we've seen that all day long in these cross-country Olympic races, haven't we? Positioning so key.
It is, yeah. We saw that also in the elite category earlier today.
Do a quick run down the top 10 then. Bjorn Riley in first, Luca Martin in second, then it's Trudler, Gros-Lambert, Dario Lelo, Shell, Teunissen van Manen, Muzi, Barroso Gomez and Sacha Hudema in 10th. It's still Bjorn Riley who leads Luca Martin of the Orbea factory team in that distinctive green kit.
If you look to the lap times, I mean, also the fastest lap time of the men elite was just below 10, and Bjorn Riley first lap 10. Exactly 10. Yes,
it's wonderful. Here we go, bit of drama back in the pack.
Lennart Kraaier, the German champion.
Oh.
No, this is another rider.
Owen Clark, just doing a bit of soil sampling, Canadian. So Dario Lilo's in 5th, leading the chasing group alongside Paul Schell, 29 seconds back off the lead. Trudler, 16 seconds already behind the lead of the race, which has been retaken by Luca Martin.
Yeah, Finn Trudler, we know from him that he's a very strong climber. But 16 seconds back on the 3rd place.
Luca Martin looks like he's pushing the pace here, Bart, a bit.
And if we spoke about earlier with the French riders who are going to the Olympics, with Victor Koretsky, Jordan Sarrou, but it was, I think, the first French rider today in the elite category was Antoine Philippe. Antoine Philippe.
It's been a long day, but
not that many other riders instead of Sarrou and Koretsky who are performing.
No, they've kind of
but
a generational gap a wee bit, the French, but Luca Martin looks to be the next.
And also there are more. Martin Gros-Lambert he is, and then Janus Mussi, so more French talented riders here, so they are coming.
But I know what you mean, they're not stacking them up the way they used to. You used
That's
to always
what I
have
thought.
3 or 4 coming through.
Of course, Adrian Brachy, we're missing him already for a long time. He was strong in the Brazilian World Cups, but I think he did a little bit too much, too early on his age as well. We'll see more of him. Definitely will come back.
Martin, Riley, Trudler, Gros-Lambert and Schell, your top 5 currently.
At least a French rider at the top of the race here, this category.
Top 10 all within the same 45 seconds. So it's staying together this one so far. Sacha Hudema is in 10th at the minute.
Young Riley over the rocks. Luca Martin just following him. Fast bike handling here on these sections. You can see it's still slippery on some of these parts.
Yeah, it's held on to the moisture up in there, hasn't it?
Sacha Hudema, Lennart Kraaier behind him, the German champion. And Cole Punchard, Canadian champion. Lambert. We have Paul Schell, the German rider for the Lexwear team.
Here we go. On board the drone as it drops in behind Luca Martin. Bjorn Riley low starting to build a bit of a gap now. Getting away from him slightly.
This must have been happening in that descent. Together still on top of that climb just before the descent started. Now a small gap in between. It's also testing each other because this is the last part of the course when it comes down to the last lap, maybe to the sprint finish. They have to push hard here in these sections to drop each other to get a small gap.
Really, really tough track, and
especially if you are under pressure.
We raised the point before that it's not like a Nova Mesto Namarave where you've got that big, long, flat straight to sort of recover the gaps. Here we go. Bjorn Riley doing what Bjorn Riley does, and just the boy getting away with it. He nearly overshot that, you know.
He has to be careful with his rear tire.
He was nearly heading back down the valley again there.
Yeah, nice shot it is.
But Bart, we say it all the time, fun is fast.
Yeah, fun is fast, but also look at these guys. They're over jumping. No, look at what they didn't do. But Bjorn O'Reilly did it. He just over jumped that rock on it. Yeah.
We saw that in the elite race as well. Charlie Aldridge did it a couple of times. Just pulled and cleared the whole thing.
Also one of the young generation.
Yeah.
Canadian rider. Charlie Aldridge going to the Olympics.
Luca Martin just trying to get the magnets on and to reel back in Bjorn Riley. So yeah, Bart, the point I was making, we have the start-finish straight here. It's not that long, and you're into this climb quite quickly again. So you can't cover off those gaps just by ducking down over the bars and sticking a few more watts on.
No, like you said, in Nova Mesto has it, for example, there you have a lot of flat sections in it as well to come back again to the group in front of you. But here you have a little bit of speed. Already at the start-finish line. From there on, it goes up. That's a long climb. Goes Lambert, Paul Schell, Mario Lilo here, the Swiss champion. That's Musti.
Rens Tunis van Manen in 8th. And he's got
Barroso
for close company.
Cole Pinchot, the Canadian champion, and then Sasha Hudima.
The Ukrainian in 11th currently, Hudima.
His official name is Alexander Hudima, but his nickname is Sasha, so we call him Sasha.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah, sorry for that. I only know his nickname, actually.
Bjorn Riley out the front.
Yeah, pushing out again. Small gap. Small look back over his shoulder. He's still there, look at Martin. Higher cadence.
How tough a decision will it be for Riley Amos not to race today, because he was on such a wave of form as well. And
yeah, but he's going to the Olympics. I think it might be the right, it must have been the right decision, of course, but if you don't feel well and then still try to make the best out of it, and racing is always hard. It's hard for your body as well. Take some days to recover of it. I think he made the right decision with the people around him, the staff of the team, not racing, but prepare himself for the Olympics. And I think he has still a big lead.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. Undefeated so far this season. Does it count as a defeat if you're not there?
You mean what?
If he doesn't win this race today because he's not here, are you counting that as a defeat? Or
I don't think so.
No, you can't do that, can you? Bjorn Riley, though, could be the only other man, as could Luca Martin, or if anything happens to the pair of them, anyone else lower down the order are in contention to be the first under 23 man to win an XCO. Other than Riley Amos this season, Amos has just been so dominant. Doesn't matter what the track's doing, what the weather's doing, just gets on the bike and goes. Bjorn Riley's pushed him close at times, though. He's been kind of the best of the rest for most of it. Certainly in terms of results.
It looks like the gap is there. For Bjorn Riley. Leading.
8 seconds. Yeah. 7 seconds on the board now to Martin.
Telling sign. Yeah, not waiting that long in this race to get away. Third place, that's Finn Trutler, but still that's already a bit of a bigger gap.
There is Joe Blackmore then. He's up to he started 8th, he dropped back to 136th, and now he's up to 94th. So he's busy.
He became European champion short track.
Yep. Good rider, Joe Blackmore, very experienced cyclocross rider. We think it might have been chain related, the issue.
So some work to do to come through.
Really, really big talent, Blackmore.
Especially if something goes wrong in the beginning of the race with such a big group. It costs you so much time to come to the front again.
Absolutely.
Most of the time it's even impossible.
Absolutely booting his way through this field at the minute.
But he's going fast, he's overtaking everyone.
Okay, so one to watch then. Joe Blackmore from the UK crosses the line in 92nd, I think that was, as he came through there. So
interesting to see his lap times. Have a look at that, and then But still, I mean, on many of the sections, it's difficult to overtake. But fast here on the climbs.
Yeah.
See him.
It's very, very late in the day to be looking up records, but I wonder what the record for most overtakes in a cross-country World Cup would be. Joe Blackmore could be right. I think he can get back up to 8th place. He could be well in amongst it, where he started front row of the grid. He's on 40 overtakes so far, I've just been told. So Bjorn Riley just saying something to somebody at the side of the track there. I wonder what that was. Didn't seem too panicked.
Yeah, but the gap is not that big. Still 7 seconds. Same from the previous split time.
It's actually quite eerie out there. I'm looking out the commentary booth window at the minute, and a massive cloud has just kind of arrived over the venue, and it's just sitting, it's just hiding the top of the tree line that we've been able to see for most of the day out of the commentary booth window.
Yeah, and that's also the reason why it doesn't really dry the course. Still, the moisturing is still there on many of the sections of the routes.
I think in the areas like this where it's exposed, it's pretty much perfect just now, but in the more well-sheltered tree line, still a bit of moisture around. You see it's a little bit greasy looking up there, but doesn't take much bark to go from greasy to tacky and loads of grip, does it?
No, that you don't almost need nothing for that. That's true. But if you see lap times compared with this, I mean, the first lap, these guys, they have 10 minutes, and almost half a minute slower in that second lap. It's actually a lot.
Yeah, it's a decent chunk, all right.
But that's maybe also that it's difficult for them to control themselves. Full of adrenaline at the start. They give everything they have. They blow up easily, not their experience as most of the elite riders have.
And there he is, your leader, Bjorn Riley, has the eyes on. Second place behind him, Luca Martin. There he is, the Frenchman for a BF factory team. Finn Trudler is in third. He's 37 seconds back, 34 seconds, excuse me, that's just updated off the lead. So, there or thereabouts. But these two looking like they're getting a shift on, and that man, Luca Martin, looking like he's going to have to just keep an eye on this 6-second gap with Bjorn Riley. He doesn't want that extending into double figures.
No, it's still the same. It might be coming back to him. Looks like that. Probably a section where he's right now. Bjorn Riley, what suits him even better than Luca Martin does.
Yeah, 31 seconds back to Trudler. And there is Martin chasing on the back of Bjorn Riley, and he must be a very difficult rider to race against, Bjorn Riley, Bart, because he's just got that skill level that he can put an attack in on a climb as easily as he can a descent.
Yeah, he's a good climber, but he's also a good descender. So difficult. Over these rocks and roots. Slippery parts. Put out for Luca Martin. No problems at all. Let's see what Bjorn Riley does again here in this descent. Brings the riders back to the finish line. We saw that in the previous lap. And Bjorn Riley opened the gap again.
Yeah.
Luca Martin, even when Luca Martin is a strong descender.
Oh, troubles there.
Gros Lambert.
Yep. Just had to do that horrible thing where one foot's on clip, the other foot's still clipped in and still pedaling. Got away with it just about on the superior.
Paul Shell in front of him. Here we see that again. Bjorn Riley, small gap. That might.
Riley, you can bet everything will put into time. We'll put time into most of the field in this bike park section.
See different lines over there. Bjorn Riley's over jumping that gap.
Yeah, takes that jump.
Luca Martin stays low.
He takes that jump, which just sets him into that next right-hander slightly higher and works well for him.
It looks like Bjorn Riley, it's a bit faster here in this descent.
Yeah,
we lap again.
Luca Martin, no slouch on the descents, but there are a few better at them in the world than that man, Bjorn Riley. So 38 seconds, the gap to Trudler now.
Around these hairpins of Camber.
Chasing group led by Paul Schell, 55 seconds back. Roland Bears in there, we just saw him on screen, having to get a bit of an emergency clip back in. There's third place, Trudler.
That's looking good.
For the riders not heading to the games then, Bart, what does the summer break look like? What do they try and get
I
to?
mean, yeah, they have, most of these riders still have national championships the next week or the week after. That's the official date of the UCI. World Championships at the end of August. But yeah, between now and the World Championships, not that much actually. Also not that many races, and that's also because of the Olympic Games. I think that period it's not allowed to have any other races. Also, it's like a summer break, and then at the end of August it all starts again with World Championship first, and then shortly after that the races in the USA, Lake Placid, and then of course the finals in Montreal and Canada.
And during that break, will they still be training? Will they still be doing?
Yeah, some of them they take a little bit of a break, like a week off, so just to reload themselves, doing maybe nothing. But going to the Olympics, of course, they have to work hard the next 3 weeks to prepare themselves in the best shape, the best condition of their life. Still, what's possible, because we saw definitely a telling sign how the situation is right now. And for some, what we haven't seen of the riders, we don't know, but we know a little bit how they are, how strong they are. But for these riders, there's definitely kind of a break and then build up again to the Worlds.
So we saw that gap looking like it was being closed down at the front. There it is. So Luca Martin has come back onto the wheel of Bjorn Riley.
But in downhill you have another one, right? World Cup.
Downhill, Ludenviel.
At the beginning of September.
That's
the week after Worlds.
Yeah, and then we
Worlds
go
first.
into St. Anne for the final.
And the Worlds is at Andorra. 2,000 meters elevation for these cross-country riders, so definitely they will do altitude training. 2 weeks altitude training before that race.
Matthias Flukiger in his, here we go, Air Bjorn.
Air Bjorn.
Taking flight. I don't know if you heard in the post-race interview with Matthias Flukiger, he said that he was going straight back to altitude tonight.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
straight back there.
Yeah,
focus unflinching on a World Cup podium, then straight back up to altitude.
Yeah, every second counts almost these days.
Absolute animals.
Yeah, and I think he's going back to Switzerland, not that far. I think maybe 3 hours drive for him to St. Moritz area.
Yeah.
Engadin.
More action to come from the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup. The Enduro World Cup next week heads to a Lech, brand new venue for them, so don't worry.
And Josh Carlson is doing that too.
Josh Carlson is probably doing that too. Yeah, I think he's racing the E-enduro category, maybe. Is what I've heard. I've heard rumours. So all action, all Carlson, as always, with the Enduro crew. Enduro mountain bike racing, really, if you were going to get into the sport as a newbie, a fantastic grassroots way of getting involved. Check out the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series website for more info, how you can get an entry into those events and learn a bit more about them. But a Lech in Switzerland, the Lech Arena, brand new venue. Switzerland never disappoints. I'm expecting stunning views and close racing.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then the first ever Enduro UCI World Championships later in the summer, Val di Fassa, Trentino.
Okay.
Absolutely one of my favourite parts of the world, Val di Fassa, Trentino. Canazai, beautiful. Whether you're on a mountain bike, in a fast car, on a fast motorbike, wherever, everything's open, the roads are good, trails are great.
Beautiful views.
Yeah, stunning views. Absolutely amazing. So plenty of racing to come this summer, along with a certain Olympic event in Paris 2024.
That's the 28th and 29th of July. Sunday, it's women, and on Monday, 29th, it's the men's race.
You be there?
Yeah, be there.
You'll be there.
Be there. Staying on the side as well for supporting the team riders.
Bjorn Riley having a really good crack at those descents. The wider setup line there works for him well. And then that's the line we were talking about all day long that just looks like it makes way more sense. It just requires Martin going for the Flukiger line, but didn't get it just as tightly as Matthias did. He's really pushing to stay on the back here.
He lost a few seconds again, I think, on that part. And he had that foot out. Still slippery over there.
What is the Olympic Games like, Bart, compared to a UCI World Cup in terms of atmosphere? Because I remember the first ever...
I mean, it's a way smaller group of riders, that's first of all. So only 36, the 36 best riders of the world. I wouldn't even say the 36 best riders, because there are also some of these nations.
Here we go, talk us through this one.
Yeah, slip and slide here and foot out. And actually he had to stay inside of that... tree with the protection on it. Outside is much more difficult, and there you lose a lot more time.
He nearly got away with it, that one. But just got
the roots, they are polished. There's no grip at all on it. So you are sliding constantly. With the foot out, a little bit more balance, but difficult. And there's definitely some pressure on Luca Martin.
So here we go, Joe Blackmore's world record attempt for most riders passed in the UCI World Cup. He's up in the 74th now. It's going well. Be halfway there. 60 overtakes, that's confirmed. 65th, sorry, he's just clocked. It's more people than most riders overtaking in a career.
If you can ride like that, it's so motivating.
Yeah, look at the speed. Sam Gay's in the short track.
Yeah. Oh, impressive, actually.
Yeah, super impressive.
He could have quit the race so easily, but he didn't.
He's like the Incredible Hulk. You don't want to make him angry.
No, but back to the Olympic Games. Yeah, what's the Olympic Games? I mean, it's a very important race for many of the athletes.
Because really, like naively, I've only covered a couple of UCI World Championships from the actual site. And the first one I ever did was Val di Sole Trentino, and I was struck by how it was a different atmosphere altogether than a UCI World Cup. It doesn't feel like the same thing. Is the Olympics like that? Does it feel a lot different?
It's different, yeah. It's how to explain it. I mean, becoming an Olympic champion, it's not just a sport event. You become a celebrity of your country immediately. So it's a different approach, and it doesn't matter what kind of sport you do. An Olympic medal is an Olympic medal.
That's fourth place going down.
Martin Groos-Lampere went down.
Sore one that. Came to a halt quite quickly. You can see those roots just having all the dirt pulled off them. Extremely slippery.
Yeah. All the time on the same place for these riders, where it's so difficult. But the Olympic course itself, it's quite a lot of single track. I think it is difficult to overtake.
Oh, and that one is not going to polish out.
I don't know where that happened.
Number 101. Come in, your time is up. Got to get all the way back to the tech feed zone.
It's not that far anymore, but to walk it, it's so much time.
That is Sofiane Cornelion from France. Cornelion. Excuse me.
There's a lot of things going on, what we don't see.
Yeah, that wheel probably has run its last race, I'm going to go out there and say. See, Martin,
he had an insert
14 seconds back now. He had an
normally with an insert you can ride. You can continue your ride, but if you have to ride the descents with these off-camber sections, also your tire goes off.
Cornelion's just come past our commentary booth, still running as we see Luca Martin 14 seconds back bar, and it looks like some mistakes creeping in for Luca Martin now. Pressure's on.
Yeah, he's getting more exhausted. Pressure is definitely on.
Riley, Martin, Trudler, Groenlambert, Shell, your top five.
It looks so easy what Bjorn Riley is showing us. 14 seconds to Luca Martin right now.
I just think he's going to make so much time on every descent.
Yeah, his bike handling skills are amazing. The drone is following him here on this descent.
Oh! He jumps into that berm, gets away with it. roared on by the crowd. A lot of them have stayed. Great to see for the under-23 men's race after a busy day of first the under-23 women, then the 2 elite races.
The 10th place, Jonas Krajer, a minute 46 back.
Yeah, lap 4 out of 7 here in Léger, Haute Savoie. As we see, yeah, we talked about wheel changes in our build-up. What was it? Benno from Specialized said anything between 15 and 20 seconds.
But I don't know if it matters that much, if it's 15 or 20 seconds in this situation. It costs even more time to reach that tech zone. Yeah, especially with all this.
That's the problem with those inserts. Once they come out, they are very much out. Cornelion has time to take a drink and have a look around him.
A little bit of frustration on this body expression.
Yeah, the clutch going on the rear mech and the wheel going back in. Now to get the axle. Yeah, it's just such a fiddly job, Bart. There's no real smooth way of doing it. No such problems currently, though, for Bjorn Riley.
Something strong.
And I bet those mechanics loved having that camera there as well. I bet that took all the pressure off.
Yeah, it's good to a little bit of pressure on these.
3 laps to go then. Bjorn Riley's on lap 5.
Time for a drink. Look at Martin.
Look at Martin, looking like he's applying the pressure here. 19 seconds, he's standing on the pedals. As we see Cornelion get back underway again. Good to see.
Yeah, look, Martin lost about 14 seconds this last lap. So a bit slower compared to his previous laps.
And we have a Joe Blackmore update. He's up to 70th now by our screens.
It's going quick.
It's going well. But it's that old chestnut, isn't it? The riders he's going to be coming up to now are going to be faster and faster. Yeah, it's not getting easier in any sense of it.
Batman racing for him.
And as we see Luca Martin heading through that tech feed zone. You can see the clouds still just threatening.
Yeah, they expected sunny conditions, but we haven't seen that much sun this afternoon so far.
No, we haven't seen a whole lot. We got a bit of blue sky earlier on this afternoon, but the wind picking up here at the start-finish line, so never say never to a spot of rain here in Léger.
All taking their drinks, these riders. Martin Groslambert leading this group. He had that small crash what we saw on the routes. Paul Schell, second rider of that group.
Dario Lilo's in there.
Yeah, he's in there too.
Dario Lilo really meshing well, apparently. He's just taken to the front now, the Swiss national champion, with a number 5 on his back. Really meshing well with Mackay Vizina, the new technical coach at Giant Factory Off-Road Racing, and enjoying again and sort of heading back to the stellar form we saw him start last season with.
The BH rider. That's Alberto Barroso from Spain. With the number 19 on his bike.
As they head into the tech feed zone.
Yeah, they're all taking their drinks.
An amazing array of languages being shouted and roared down there, as ever in the tech feed zone, in the international affair.
Yeah, mountain biking is a very international sport. So many nations participating all the time.
And getting bigger every year. We saw the crowds we were treated to in Brazil at the start of the year. Mayapora and Araxá. Araxá especially was a big race bar.
Yeah, the atmosphere around the course was amazing. Great racing over there. Tom Schelkes now from the Netherlands, 20th place. Group of 5 together here in this climb.
And they seem to be rolling through quite nicely as well and sharing the work. We didn't see a lot of that in the elite races. There wasn't much sharing going on.
Yeah, we had also a chasing group of 4 for a long time, but they were testing each other more and more constantly. Looks like these are... some of these definitely have something left. Cole Pinchot just behind these riders from Canada. And 5th place in the last round. Hans Montana. Great race for him.
Bjorn Riley leading the way then. Luca Martin, Van Trudler, Rochelle, Lilo, Barroso, Musi, Gros Lambert, your top 8. So, Joe Blackmore's just completed his 71st overtake. He's overtaken his compatriot, Max Grensel. Oh, Bjorn Riley.
A different line for him this time. Works out. So smooth.
Such a good bike rider.
Also here, he's taking that inside line first.
He's almost letting that route turn the back of the bike for him.
Yeah, he used these routes for that. It's great to see it.
Here comes Luca Martin. Let's see how he deals with it. Goes slightly tighter, and yeah, just gets bobbled off a big knuckle.
Again, around that tree with the protection on it. Now it works quite okay.
I'm surprised that we didn't see more people using that wider line in the elite races, if I'm honest. I thought, you know, from early on that looked like the one to be on.
Probably there are some maybe routes which direct these riders to a certain in a certain way, but we don't see. That's only if you ride the bike over there, then you know exactly how it goes. Small gear for Luca Martin at the bottom of that climb. Finn Trudler definitely a little bit slower here.
Oh, there we go. Ben Trudler going for the trials line. Don't know how much quicker that is, but it looked good.
And there's also another drop, which you almost don't see on screen, but it comes very quickly after these routes.
See just how much and how easily time can ebb away from you on that descent.
Finn Trudler, third place.
What do you think of having the men's under-23 race at the end of the day, Bart? Do you like it?
Yeah, I think when it's like this schedule, I like it just with women elite at 11 o'clock and then 1:30 men elite. It's busy there.
Oh, big smash there for Barroso. Oh, that looked like and sounded like a sore one. Lilo scampers away. And that's horrible when you lose speed at the top of a really steep roll-in like that.
Yeah, you have to clip in again. Find your rhythm back. Riders behind you, they're pushing you. Out of control. More careful here on this turn for Barroso. He loses a little bit of time.
Yep, he'll be doing that. There's Joe Blackmore at the bottom of your screen.
Oh yeah, overtaking more and more.
The red, white and blue. Let's check out that crash. Talk us through this one, Bart.
Yeah, definitely the roots are slippery. Then he has a foot out, and then both wheels sliding over these roots. And he lost his momentum.
It just happened at the corner of that last shot, and I think it sounded a lot worse than it actually was. I don't think it was too bad, that as long as his knees are okay.
Here he is leading this group of 4. Alberto Barroso from Spain. Gros Lambert behind him. And a little bit of a gap for Dario Lilo. I think he didn't hurt himself. Too bad.
No, seems to have survived all right. You can see that neoprene cover wrapped around the shock on the top tube of that BH prototype machine. Keeping things under wraps. Lots of tech advances this year, Olympic year.
Yeah, new prototypes in many ways.
I love the marketing ploy of it's a prototype, we can't tell you about it, but we're going to bring it to a UCI World Cup and race on it. You're like, okay, cool. We'll not mention it.
There you also have new bikes for the Olympic riders.
Yeah,
lighter.
Every tenth of a second counts.
Custom paint.
Even more this year than ever before. There's tight rules around the branding at the Olympics as well.
It is, yeah. Actually, each product on the bike, it's allowed to have only one name on it. Let's say if you have gloves, only one name of the brand has to might be on it.
Bjorn Riley.
On the helmet, it's the same. There's a lot of rules for that.
32 seconds now in the lead for Bjorn Riley. I'm enjoying the fact we always come to him on the descent. It's good.
It's looking good. How he's doing it.
Really fast, straight down the middle there. Great bike handling. That little bridge really narrow out there. Pre-jumps into that.
But it's not a bottleneck if it's a little bit further into the race. Yes, he's having a good time here on the bike park.
Oh.
A lot of people over there making the photos.
Bjorn Riley leads the fastest lap time, but only by 0.6 of a second, actually, from Luca Martin. So
yeah, I think it's the first lap when they went out of the gates very fast.
Yep. Not much in it between the two of them. But is a bit more on
Luca
track.
Martin lost 14 seconds in the previous lap. Let's see how much it is right now if they cross the line again very shortly.
Yeah, 34 seconds, the gap. Martin taking the jump on that time.
Now Lilo on 5th place.
And chainsaws roar out, getting the last of the premix finished off.
Still a little bit left.
I know.
The smell is good and the sound is good too.
Yeah.
Different line from Ken Trudler compared to Bjorn Riley here on that section.
I'd have to give that one to Riley. You know, that inside line to me looks really straight and really fast. I'm sure it's off camber and requires a bit of doing, but
strong climb off Ken Trudler is.
Yep, 2 laps to go for Bjorn Riley then.
Yeah, 10:25. Sorry, 10:25 for him. Bjorn Riley, the last lap time.
It'll be unusual for these two as well without Riley Amos here. They're used to sort of racing in that group quite tightly spaced, and all eyes being on Amos as to when he's going to go, when he's going to attack.
Yeah.
It's a different thing when they're not here.
It is, but I mean, also Bjorn Riley, he won that short track race in Val d'Isère, for example, so he's almost there. Almost the same level, I think, as Riley Amos is. Riley Amos actually is leading the UCI overall standings.
Yeah, by quite some margin as well. Undefeated so far this season, Riley Amos. Cube Factory Racing having a good return. The UCI World Cup Cross Country ranks. Kira Baum leads the Cross Country Olympic World Cup for the under 23 women. Finn Trudler going very, very well in the under 23 men's category. Trudler third in the overall standings.
Paul Shell over jumping these rocks over here.
It's actually,
rear rider.
Yeah, interestingly, Martin is fourth in the standings, Trudler's third, so the reverse of where they are on the track now. Only 6 points between them.
Wow.
So this one matters for Martin.
Here he is, Paul Shell.
So at the start of this race, Bjorn Riley, this should put some context for you. Bjorn Riley, who's second in the World Cup overall at the minute, 633 points. Riley Amos, the rider ahead of him, is 815. That's what happens when you win everything.
That's how it is. Dario Lino, the Swiss champion. Followed by Engels Lambert. And then we have Cole Punchard. All right, again, Cole Punchard.
Yeah, Punchard looking really good. The Canadian. It's a bit of a generalisation, Bart, isn't it? But Canadians, they tend to be very technically good. Mountain biking, huge in Canada, places like Squamish, British Columbia.
If you have courses like Monson, then it's always one of the most challenging courses we have. You have to become a strong, a very talented mountain biker. Courses like that, but also on the West Coast, British Columbia, only routes trails have. And many times rain as well.
Bear with me, caller. I'll give you a Joe Blackmore update. 57th currently. So 79 places he's got so far.
It's getting slow. It's getting slower now.
We need a counter. We need something on screen. The pace has dropped back slightly for Joe Blackmore. Yeah, we got Tim in the booth, in the truck, with his abacus out, frantically keeping an eye on the Joe Blackmore situation. I'm excited to see where he ends up.
Yeah, definitely. He lost most of the time in the first few laps.
Yeah.
Holding up by riders in front of him in the descents, on the climbs, on the single tracks.
There's Luca Martin, second place at the minute for the Frenchman. 49 seconds back now off Bjorn Riley. Riley's flown the coupe here.
What a ride for Bjorn Riley. Yeah, we saw a couple of strong rides in each category today.
It feels funny to say it, doesn't it, Bart? I know what you mean in that we always see big performances at UCI World Cup, but it feels like today's been a day where every race has had a standout.
Yeah, it's also probably that it's a lot of climbing involved here on this course, but also the descents are very challenging in the conditions we had today. Very slippery. You need to have everything as a bike rider on a course like this. Strong legs, but also the skills. And that's probably why we saw quite some big gaps between the riders. Commentaire on second place, the Orbea rider. Orbea factory team.
Yeah, good squad of riders down in Orbea at the minute.
Yeah, but Anne Tauber from the Netherlands, but she dislocated her shoulder in training, so did not do short track and not cross-country race today.
It was great to see, though, she was down in the call-up boxes before the elite women's race, holding the umbrella for Chiara Tiocchi, and still busy, still in with the team, still helping.
Yeah, when you are here and you like to see the races and they're able to help, why not?
We often see injured riders helping out with things like bottles and stuff as well, and feeding tech zones or on course.
Yeah, they still like to be being part of the team and doing something. Hopefully she will be back very soon.
We always say cross-country racing, it's a funny sport. It's, on the face of it, an individual sport. Bjorn Riley getting people to make a bit more noise. Funny sport in that, you're by yourself out there on the bike, but really a team sport when it comes to the whole week build-up to get you out there. Yeah, and then to support you when you're racing.
Yeah, but there's also the staff people, all the people around a team. Definitely we saw that as well in the Cannondale team, for example, the winning team of today on the podium, the leading team as well. Yeah, it's all these people are involved for a good performance of these riders.
Bjorn Riley.
And also these riders, they're checking out the courses together, learning from each other, going out for rides together, training. And as a mountain bike team, yeah, most of the time you live also together, so it's like a family. It's
important that those personalities click as well, isn't it? It's a difficult thing. Naturally, not everyone gets on with everyone else.
No, it's true. Yeah, you put them together as a team manager, and you hope, you work on it as well. That they will,
but you do hope as well.
you do hope as well. And it's not always like that.
It's not always like that, but
still, they all like to win. They all like to win, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes they feel also like they're contenders.
I think it's fascinating whenever you look at a team that all of a sudden gets a win and it's a big celebration and everyone's happy, and a couple of races later you start to see the hierarchy shift and the riders maybe not just as happy to be on the second step of the podium anymore, and there's an internal competition.
I mean, now we saw Alan Hadley winning, Simon Andreas the third place, but he was as happy for him, his win, as being third for the result of himself. Of course, he had a win in Russia earlier this year, so
that will have helped.
Yeah,
that will have helped. Yeah,
but I mean, in mountain biking, if you are, there was Blackmore coming.
Here comes Blackmore. The Blackmore Express continues its forward progress up into 56th.
It's looking good on the bike.
He's not slowing down.
Not. Another two in front of him. Doesn't take that long before they are part of him as well. Blackmore.
Joe Blackmore. Well, there are easier ways to get yourself on TV, but he's definitely doing it.
Yeah, coming into the tech feed zone for him as well.
Let's just get an update then. So he's in 56th. He's moving past. He's still moving past riders. It's a good-looking bike, that Factor. I mean, not that that'll help him at all, but looks like it should work.
It's not such a common bike in mountain biking.
No, makers of absolutely beautiful road bikes. That's how they kind of made their name, Factor, and really good-looking cross-country bike underneath Joe Blackmore, and it is scything its way, powered by him, through the U23 men's field after a front-row start.
It cost him a little bit more time now to overtake riders in front of him. Not going that fast anymore, but he's still doing it. Schalkes van Nel is now 24th. One more lap if they cross the finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah, going fast.
What are we saying? Up inside the top 30 for Blackmore? Here he goes.
57 and 56 it was, you said.
Yeah, do you think he's going to get inside the top 30?
No, not anymore. It goes way too slow now. I mean...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't often call you out, Bart.
The riders in front of him are almost... They are more difficult to overtake constantly than the ones he did in the first few laps.
Yeah, but he's the Blackmore Express. He's got this.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm going to go top 30. You're going to go just outside the top 30.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We'll see who wins.
It's 16 places more to do. 2 laps. Yeah, almost 2 laps.
He's got this. He's got this, Blackmore.
You have to tell him.
I'll hang out the booth in a second and I'll tell him. Don't worry. He'll get the message. Joe Blackmore. What a performance from him today.
2.
There he goes. Oh, Bart's starting to look nervous beside me. He doesn't like it. Joe Blackmore. Absolutely superb. Meanwhile, speaking of superb,
another superb rider.
Speed of Bjorn Riley up that start-finish straight. He's heard Joe Blackmore's coming. He needs to get a move on.
He's motivating the fans on the side.
He is indeed. Bjorn Riley absolutely tore along that start-finish straight. He's got the smell of victory in his nostrils.
Oh, looking good. Yeah. Strong ride. The final lap for him.
This would be his first UCI cross-country Olympic World Cup win. He's got a short track.
He did it in short track.
He's got 2 short track victories, Val di Sole, Trentino and Ligier earlier this weekend, so
he's going for the double.
He's going for the double.
Right here, but it's not here, he does it.
Look at France. Forging across the line, but good confidence boost, Bart, whenever you know that you are the favourite, to convert on that and to get a win. And sort of put any doubts in your mind to bed. Yeah, that is, unless Joe Blackmore can get past him.
But Bjorn Riley, I think, just a little bit too strong for him today.
Yeah,
looking good, Luca Martin.
He hasn't done much wrong, has he? He's just looked.
No, yeah.
He's looked a little bit rushed on the technical descents, made a couple of mistakes, and whenever you're racing against somebody who doesn't make those mistakes on descents, it just adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, he got under pressure when Bjorn Riley put the hammer down, especially in the descents. And then he started making a couple of mistakes, which cost him some seconds. And on the climbs, also Bjorn Riley looking strong, like this man does. Finn Trutler, low position on his bike. He is about 40 seconds behind Luca Martin. Ooh, another crash.
Under pressure from Joe Blackmore.
Yeah, of course. They know that he's coming.
That's what it'll do. That's what it'll do for you.
These don't count, eh?
Yeah, no, you got past him, that's an overtake, but they've heard he's coming. They've got the news.
They go out of the rail already automatically. And Josh is coming.
There we go. Joe Blackmore, what a ride from him. We've enjoyed it, if nothing else. I'm sure it's been a bit more stressful from where he's been sat. In the last lap here of a hectic weekend of racing at the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series.
Lilo crossing the line. 5th place, final lap. Cole Pinchot on 6th. Martin Groslambert, French rider on 7th place. Barroso.
These pair really battling out, you know. And the speed differential, Bart, and the riders coming across the line now, really noticeably, these top 10 pushing on. Rens Tunis and Van Manen.
Yeah, Rens Tunis and Van Manen at the moment 10th place. Small gaps in between the riders from, let's say, 6th place till 15. Because everything is still possible. Rens Tunis and Van Manen, he's 10th place, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. 10 seconds in front of him, these two riders.
Barroso, Janis Musi. Barroso just opening up a couple of bike lengths there. This battle on your screen now, the one for 8th place.
But Bjorn Riley already in the descent of that first loop.
It's like he's on an enduro bike, isn't he? Just standing with the heels down, elbows bent, back straight.
Relaxing his legs.
We go through these routes for the last time for Bjorn Riley.
The routes and rolls. With the drone behind him, following him in the descent.
Whoa. Foot.
Yeah, but he's not panicking at all, eh?
No,
Foot out, no problems.
Still throwing a little bit of style over the logs as well. And that's the thing, Bart. Whenever you're that good a bike handler, you don't have time.
You never panic.
No,
never panic.
You don't grab a load of brake or pull the handlebars or make an erratic move that unsettles the bike even more.
He trusts his skills. The grip comes back.
Ian Acker, his teammates, just crossed the line in 20th, Canadian. And you see a top 5 covered by 2 minutes 46. Dario Lillo, good ride from Lillo today, up in 5th.
Yeah, the Swiss rider from Davos area.
Trudler, 143 back now from a man who he may be forgiven. I thought the course would suit him a bit better today. Enough climbing.
Probably the descents are a bit too difficult for him. Too slippery. He lost a little bit of time constantly over there.
Luca Martin gets that line done. Great to see. Then he hooks up the big wide one as well. Has to anchor up for that drop, but checks it off. As the drone hunts him down.
Yeah, different line for the drone. He took the B line.
And you can give it a break if it's a drone. Luca Martin.
For the last time.
The last time
he's climbing in front of him.
How often do we see this, Bart, though? He just keeps swinging at it, doesn't he? Keeps going, Luca Martin.
Really pushing constantly hard. Working with his body, Luca Martin. Doesn't look like that hard for him here. Bjorn Riley.
Bjorn Riley going really, really well here for Trek Future Racing. The big favourite at the start of this race, and he's converted on it. He would have taken a brave man to bet against him, but no one did.
Yeah, if you compare his lap times also with the man elite, it's impressive how fast Bjorn Riley is today, and definitely faster as all these other under 23 riders.
Really nicely done through there for Paul Schell. And there must just be those roots coming out at the bottom of that turn. Everyone has problems with them, but threaded that section together as nicely as anyone has, Schell.
The Lexweer team, Lexweer mountain bike team.
Yep, and Scott Bikes.
From the Freiburg area in the south of Germany.
Oh, Dario Lillo
with Cole Pinchot.
Coming under pressure from Pinchot. It gets past
overtaken.
That will have raised the heart rate slightly if it was possible. This deep into a cross-country Olympic race.
Shows the strength of Cole Pinchot on these routes.
Go on, Cole Pinchot, son. What a move that was. Joe Blackmore update. He's up to 50th bar. I think you may win our bet.
With the last lap in vision.
He could yet take the win today.
That depends also in which group is in front of him. Might be, if there's a group of 10, it's easily done.
Here we go, watch this, look. Punchart.
Inside, foot out for both.
Oh, great commitment late in the race from Punchart there. And he knew he had to be committed off that ramp as well.
Oh, he's used to ride on these routes. Must be like that.
Yeah.
Canada.
Superb. Great bit of commitment from Punchart.
You see the difference immediately.
And it's such a strange sport like that, Bart, isn't it? That one move and that one bit of space can then magnify into a lead that keeps going forward.
Punchart now on 5th place, like he had in Crans-Montana in the previous World Cup race.
3 minutes 27 then, covering the top 10. Rens Tunissen van Manen.
Yeah, but Janus Mussi in front of him. Almost together, the numbers 9 and 10.
Yeah, from 6th place down, they're quite tightly packed. But there's no one near this man. Bjorn Riley.
Already in that descent, which brings him back to the start-finish area. First the bike park. These wide corners, big burns.
Through the bike park section for the last time for Bjorn Riley, goes for a tire grab. I'm calling it, that's a first in UCI cross-country World Cup racing. Tire grab mid-race.
He earns extra points with this, for sure. Look at him.
Celebrating with the fans. Oh! Nose bonks his way off the drop, has to get the back brake on.
A great style on his bike. Look at him.
Great to see. Just great to see a racer who enjoys being on the bike so much.
Yeah. They have like area 47, it's called, in the Heiming area where he lives. That's like the indoor bike park, and that's where they learn all these skills.
Yeah.
Practicing very often when it's raining.
There's
rainy days.
There's learning those skills, and then there's deploying them 7 laps deep into a World Cup race.
Yeah, that's another thing. He definitely did today.
Here he goes, Bjorn Riley then. Bjorn to be wild, Bjorn to run, whatever the pun you want to use is. This man has been absolutely unstoppable. Bjorn Riley is going to reward his fans with his first ever UCI cross-country Olympic World Cup win. He does the double. Won the short track earlier on the weekend. Lifts the bike. A little bit of history made today in Leger. Bjorn Riley still has energy to get the tricks in. One of this sport's hottest properties, one of its best young bike handlers, and he has rewarded everyone today, most of all himself, with a superb
What a
win.
performance.
Bart, that is a big star of the future we're looking at.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he
As
is.
if anyone needed reminding of that.
Yeah. But also this guy, and also Riley Amos, who isn't here. These talented riders, they are...
Yeah, these three, along with maybe Finn Trudler, you'd say.
Yeah, there's a couple. Some of them have a little bit more time. They're still not last year on the 23, but these guys are. Also look at Mathieu last year, and also Bjorn Riley Amos, but this is the future.
Listen to this, French crowd reacts to one of their own, cross the line in second place. And that's the brilliant thing about Luca Martin, is that he leaves it all out there on the course. And
he's happy to.
Yeah, if you watch a lot of bike racing, you recognise what this man brings to every race, and it's just heart, isn't it?
Great to see him on the podium here in France.
Finn Trudler, third place today, a great ride. Didn't have the ultimate top end to run with Riley and Martin, but third place at any UCI World Cup, well worth celebrating. Trudler, the European Continental Champion, big star of the future as well.
Strong on the climbs, he is. Definitely a good climber. I thought He lost a little bit in the descent today, but not that much. Paul Schell.
Paul Schell bunny hops the entire rock section. Looks over his shoulder, no one behind him.
That's some good results. Here, 2 in the past.
Schell coming along nicely. A lot of fast young German riders. Schell, the fastest of the German under-23 men today.
With the broken rib and being sick last week, that's wild.
The stories, the inside stories. Goal puncture.
Puncher crosses the line. 5th. He gets my unofficial award for overtake of the race. Dario Lillo in 6th behind him.
Another French rider, here he is. Martecos Lambert.
Yeah, it's been a dramatic one for Gros Lambert on the deck a couple of times. But got across the line in 7th behind him, Barroso. Spanish rider. Well happy with that one.
James Vermanek coming in, top 10 he is, 9th place, 9 on his bike, 9 on the results.
Tennyson Van Manen cross the line then in 10th place. Happy with that one, Bart?
Yeah, satisfied.
Satisfied.
Podiums we need.
Yeah, okay. You can start the debrief whenever you head out of here then.
No, it's good.
A top 10's a top 10, I think, any World Cup. Jonas Musi.
Another French rider in the top 10.
Excuse me. Rens Tennyson Van Manen, 9th, sorry, my mistake.
But that's the top 10.
It's the top 10.
Lennart Krajer, the German champion. 10th place. Then they're coming quickly after each other.
Yep, things busying up now. Further down the order. There's Luc Moyer, South African. Ahead of Owen Clark, the Canadian. Clark, we saw him have that crash earlier on in the race and just... I
think he hurt himself in that crash.
Yeah, you can see the puff of the cheeks there. Didn't look comfortable. Another really promising young rider, Thibaut Francois Baudry from Canyon Collective. Here is how he did it then. Bjorn Riley overtook Rens Tennyson Van Manen early doors.
Immediately after the start. Looks so easy for him, this race.
Hung with Luca Martin for a bit and then overtook him.
Yeah.
Let Martin past again. Martin attacked, but Riley had it covered.
He also put the pressure on Luca Martin in these descents, these slippery descents, asked the fans as well to support him, and that's what they did.
And then played to the crowd. The highlight of which on the last lap was that tyre grab. Absolutely ridiculous. The crash I would have had if I tried that.
Wow, huge congratulations, Bjorn Riley. A moment I'm sure you have been waiting for a very long time. And you've done it in such style, winning the short track on Friday and now your first cross-country Olympic title in the World Cup under-23s. Sum up how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. This is like one of my favorite courses on the World Cup circuit. I've always kind of had a good result here, and the climbs are pretty perfect for what I do, and the downhills are so fun, cool jumps. Like, everything about this course for me makes me happy. And I said it 2 days ago, but I feel like I just feel at home in a sense. I feel like I know my job now for the rest of my life, so I've just been so happy the past few days. And yeah, coming into this race, I knew I was kind of the favorite, especially with my or in a sense my teammate, but my national teammate Riley being gone. And I was just excited to race. Like, I felt like a lot of people thought I had pressure on me, but I was just happy. So coming away with the win is even more special. I didn't really care what position I got. I just wanted to ride my bike and have fun. So winning here is, especially with such a big crowd, it makes me just super, super giggly.
Love that. Well done.
Thank you.
Bjorn Riley. Getting it done. Let's get confirmation of those results then. Bjorn Riley.
Winning his first World Cup.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not going to be his last one.
And what about Blackmore?
Oh, what about Blackmore? Let's get an update.
Oh, he's still not there, maybe.
51st. 51st he got. Unbelievable scenes.
High five.
Yeah, boom. One of the rides of the day, Joe Blackmore, overtaken near as damn it everyone. But Bjorn Riley took the win ahead of Martin Trudler, Shell, Punchart, Lilo. Then it was Grolop Bear, Barroso, Musi, Tunison van Manen.
Ninth place for Tunison van Manen.
Mattis Gray, 22nd. And they're still crossing the line. Pierrick Bernet. Sven Gehrig. Massive, massive field. Most of them have survived as well. Very few DNFs in this race.
Yeah, we wait for Josh Blackmore.
Joseph Blackmore. He may well get ahead of a few more riders yet between now and the line, but let's hear from Finn Trudler. He's down there now.
Finn, congratulations. What a brilliant result here in Leger. A really challenging course, but you absolutely conquered it. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a super hard race. I was basically on my own the whole race, so it was really tough mentally to focus. And the track was super challenging with the rain overnight. So I'm super happy with my race.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Trudler, happy with that.
Third place.
As well he should be, Bart, actually.
Yeah.
Using every millimetre of suspension available to him.
Podium for the European champion. Third place.
We're not far away now, Bart, you know. We're not far away
from the highlight of today.
Joe Blackmore getting across the line. Having overtaken 80-odd riders.
Yeah, an amazing performance, to be honest.
It's got to be up there with her record, hasn't it? I don't know how we would ever find that out given the age of the sport, but
we have to tell him. Well, probably he knows.
He'll know.
In the third place from Cuba Factory Racing.
There we go, Podium getting underway.
Wonderful soul for you. That's the number 50 in the race.
Finn Trudler,
who won the Nova Mesto last year, I think it was.
And we haven't seen much of him since.
No, this year definitely not.
Trudler, third place today, more than happy with that as well. He should be one of the rising stars of the sport. Just, you get the feeling slightly out descended today by the pairing ahead of him. Luca Martin onto the podium. Second place today for Martin. It's coming. The win is coming. It's a matter of when, not if.
And your winner today from Track Future Racing, it is Bjorn Riley.
Here he comes, though, the winner of his first UCI cross-country Olympic World Cup in the men's under-23 category. Bjorn Riley.
As he picks up the win, number 3 from Bjorn Riley.
Absolutely superb result today for Bjorn Riley. Got a tyre grab in on the last lap, which I don't think anyone has ever been able to say during a cross-country broadcast before. Riley, Martin and Trudler, your top 3.
Bravo, messieurs. Congratulations. And now, the champagne.
There you go.
Well, apologies if you heard any language there. Bjorn Riley went for the big dive. That's the first mistake he's made today, really, that didn't go his way. But no matter.
No champagne out of his shoes.
No champagne out of his shoes.
They did it last Friday. They did it. I saw it.
Does it not turn your stomach a bit? It makes me feel ill, that. I can't imagine much. I'm thinking about drinking out of my shoes, never mind someone else's. Leger, you have been an absolute treat. Here are the lap comparison graphics then. Cole Punchard really turned up the wick in the last lap.
With that move, overtaking Dario Lillo in that descent.
Almost got a speed boost off him on the way past. And you can see Bjorn Riley kept at it, 10:29 on the very last lap, Bart. Didn't roll off too much.
With his fastest lap time, the first one. Luca Martin had as well.
He's unfortunately not here, feeling a bit under the weather. So we'll invite Mr. Matt Schreiber from Trek Factory Racing Pirelli.
Absolutely superb. 4 races today. Here's how the standings look after that. Riley Amos then just 57 points. The difference between him and Bjorn Riley. Nothing in it at all. At the top of that, Luca Martin, Finn Trudler, Dario Lillo, the top 5. But Bart, that gap's a lot closer than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, missing a race, half of the points of the... It's not half of the points, but...
the short track.
Yeah, short track points. And then, a win counts. And also Bjorn Riley, of course, he was many times on the podium. Also when Riley Amos won. So, yeah.
So next up, for downhill, September 7th and 8th, Ludenvielle-Peyragudes in France. Cross country, you have to wait a little bit longer. Lake Placid, brand new venue though in the US of A. Before that, Paris 2024 Olympic Games headed your way. Bart and I will see you there. Thank you very much for watching all our coverage from the Haute Savoie this weekend. We have absolutely loved it. This place is extremely hard to beat when it comes to mountain bike racing. We can't wait to see what the rest of the season is going to serve up. Bart, thank you very much for your time, sir. I'll see you.
It's been a pleasure.
Later in the summer.
See you later.
Des Coupes du Monde, une fois de plus, un duo franco-canadien au micro. Merci à toute l'équipe.